New Mexico Real Estate Principles Workbook, page 64. Ascertain whether a corporation is empowered to enter into the property management contract and whether the person signing on behalf of the corporation is authorized to sign. 3. Professional management is normally acquired to manage this type of investor-owned property. To minimize communication problems, professional property managers usually have the corporation designate one individual with whom the manager deals with. This individual normally reports to the corporate board of directors. F. Limited liability companies. G. Real estate investment trust. 1. Another form of ownership is the real estate investment trust, a REIT. A REIT is designed primarily for the purpose of real estate ownership. Investors purchase shares of ownership in the trust, which in turn invests the money in real property and then distributes any profits to the investors. 2. In some ways, a REIT is similar to a mutual fund. As part owner of real property, the shareholder pays ordinary income tax on the income from the trust and receives capital gains treatment of any capital gains distributed. 3. A REIT must have a minimum of 100 owners. 50% or more of the shares cannot be held by 5 or fewer shareholders, and 75% of their assets must be in real estate, which distributes 95% of its real estate investment income to its investors annually. It is very common for this type of ownership to hire professional property management. Property managers normally deal with the trustee. H. Other possible owners. 1. As a result of foreclosure, lending institutions such as banks, savings and loans, insurance companies, and other mortgage investors often find themselves as owners of investment property. In these cases, the ownership is often considered caretaker role. These properties are usually held until they can be sold to avoid large loss on the loan. 2. Management of property with this type of ownership can often be difficult. Many of these owners are reluctant to put additional capital into the investment for the purpose of enhancing the investment. K. Formation of a management plan. 1. The formation of a management plan is essential to professional property management. Formulating a management plan involves qualifying and planning for the investor and consists of 5 basic steps. A. Interviewing, qualifying the investor to determine owner's goals. B. Conducting area surveys. Page 65. C. Inspecting the property. D. Developing the financial plan. E. Establishing the policies. L. Interviewing the investor. 1. Certain information is critical for the formation of a management plan designed for a particular piece of property, and the investor and may be sensitive in nature. Because of this, the interview between the property manager and the investor should be informal and handled diplomatically and professionally. The information gathered in the interview is confidential in nature and should be held in confidence by the property manager. 2. The type of information that is useful for the manager normally includes: A. What are/were the investor's reasons for investing in the property? B. How long does the investor plan to hold the property? C. Does the investor plan to use all of the potential cash flow from the investment? D. If necessary, does the investor have the capital to make improvements to the property? E. Is the investor experienced or a novice in the field of real property investments? F. What is the investor's tax bracket? G. Is the investor the type of person who seeks advice from others? H. Does the investor have knowledge of the benefits of professional management, and will the investor delegate the necessary authority for management? 3. The manager needs to determine what the investor expects from the property investment and the property manager. A. Are these expectations realistic? B. Is the property manager capable and willing to meet these expectations? M. Conducting area surveys. 1. A regional analysis or survey is the gathering of all the information that would have a bearing on the management of investment properties. This type of survey would include transportation, economy, population characteristics, utilities, planning commission, philosophies, neighborhood studies, and other data that would have an impact on real estate. A neighborhood study will include a market analysis specific to the managed property.